안녕하세요. This is Yeon Kim, your mentor of Discover Korea Beyond the Media. How was the K-pop documentary I recommend? Was it impressive? Or was it just exactly what you expected in this industry? Today, we're going to talk about K-pop and also we will talk about Korean society which has been influenced by K-pop. Today is the last lecture of my class. Thank you for your time and your effort to understand Korea. So, shall we start today's lectures? Let's go! What is K-pop? Most people misunderstood K-pop just a start recently. However, to know about real K-pop, we have to see its history. Since the late 19th century, Korean popular music had been influenced by Western culture. After Joseon government opened its door to Western culture. At the time, Western instruments were imported by missionary students who studied abroad and foreigners who visit Korea. After independence from Imperial Japan, U.S. pop music culture has strongly affected to Korean pop music from 1940s to 1960s. While the democracy settled down in Korean society in 1980s, actually pop music was used to express people's desire for the freedoms and democracies against dictatorships. Since 1990s, K-pop began to gain recognition from other Asian countries. And in 2010, finally, it has begun to secure its global reputation with a huge fan base. On the right of these screens, you can see the most tweeted about K-pop artists globally. Did you find your favorite K-pop artist from this chart? My favorite artist came in fifth. So, we briefly know the history of K-pop. As I told in the beginning of these lectures, from now we will see positive and negative effect of K-pop. I will repeat, I do not target any kind of K-pop artist. I'm just focused on K-pop industry. So, let's see the positive effect of K-pop first. The more reputation K-pop industry got, the larger economic benefit Korea has. Hallyu, also as known as K-wave, Korean wave, become huge trend in the world these days. Industry relate to Hallyu, not only K-pop but also movie, comics and others, made almost 60 billion US dollar in the first half of 2002, according to the survey Korean Creative Content Agency. The positive image of Korea by K-pop also improved public relations between the Republic of Korea and other countries. The number of tourists visiting Korea is getting increased. According to the on-hold Ipsos Nation Brands Index 2022, the Republic of Korea, South Korea is 23rd among the 60 countries. Industry of K-pop and the music of K-pop had positive influence on adolescents' mental health. Adolescents can strengthen peer culture from the fandom activities. Secondly, K-pop help them improving their self-esteem. Most students also relieve their academic stress with K-pop music and fandom activity with their friends. K-pop culture and industry also eliminated psychological barrier among the culture differences. No matter where people came from, K-pop strengthened people's interest in Korean culture. Also, it improved accuracies when delivering information related to Korea. Also, K-pop industry recently show various Asian culture, not only Korea, but also Thailand, Vietnam, Japan, and China. These diversities of K-pop is eliminated negative prejudice or stereotype against Asia. As far as everything on the earth has light and shadow at the same time. From next slide, we're gonna have a look negative effect of the K-pop in the world. But first, let's see its negative domestic effect. Many media already mentioned about negative influence of K-pop. However, most media just deal with each topic individually. My lectures will combine and mention negative influence of K-pop and look at the impact on domestic and foreign countries, respectively. Seriously concerned domestic impact of K-pop on adolescents' mental health. Not only depression but also anorexia among teenagers is a serious social issue these days. Adolescents admire K-pop artists' fame and they attempt to mimic K-pop artists' appearance. However, many K-pop artists has controversial body image. They're too thin to be healthy. So, K-pop industry strengthens the appearance on distorted body image. Eventually, it causes pro-anorexia among the teenagers these days. This social phenomenon causes physical side effects due to imbalanced nutrition during the puberty. Even after they become adults, they keep imbalanced diet. In the end, they suffer from malnutrition, menstruation imbalance. What about on K-pop artists? Most K-pop artists before debut were teenagers. However, this K-pop industry, which was made by adults, gave them harsh situation. K-pop artists, when they're young, they have high possibility of exposure to unfair contracts with management company. Also, they have to sacrifice their childhood, and they also suffer from long-term exploitations of labor. Under the term of self-management, K-pop artists and trainees to be a K-pop artist forced on self-management. They were required to be a super multitaskers. Since the first day they start to train to be a K-pop artist. In this process, many teenagers were overwhelmed by pressure to be succeed K-pop artist. In this process, most trainee and the K-pop artists couldn't go to school. Eventually, they couldn't receive formal educations. This kind of situation also causes serious lethargy, which can turn into depression issues of K-pop artists. Whether it was intentional or not, K-pop industries enhance prejudice against Korea. Due to K-pop industries' radically distorted beauty image, people might regard the Korean society as full of cosmetic surgeries. This prejudice could deliver the wrong information about Korea and Korean people to abroad. It could also cause people lost their interest in K-pop. This kind of situation could lead less economic benefits to Korea. Since K-pop got its reputation from abroad, racial issue is also become the phenomenon in K-pop industry. Many people misunderstood K-pop industry only likes brightening skins. It could cause racial discriminations against other Asian countries. Actually, it is already quite controversial social phenomenon. People with anti-K-pop opinion start to use the terms of whitewashing to criticize pop industry and K-pop artists unconditionally. What is the negative impact of K-pop internationally? Firstly, it is a privacy issue. The more people like K-pop artists, the less privacy K-pop artists can have. Some K-pop artists already talk about it in the public, but still there are so many people who stalk them, also take a photo of them without permissions, dig out their private information such as mobile number, home address, and even K-pop artists' seat number in the flight. Secondly, K-pop industry dehumanize K-pop artists in an overly commercial environment. Some of them couldn't even get the proper welfare from their company. Doesn't matter how young they are, they couldn't sleep, they couldn't eat, even they couldn't speak with their family as much as they actually need. Third negative impact of K-pop is forming blind groups of K-pop. Some people said, "Oh, my K-pop artist is so innocent," even after they heard about their beloved artist involved crime. This phenomenon can cause controversial social problem due to lack of morality. Next, international negative influence of K-pop is related to cultural appropriation. Sometimes K-pop industry didn't have enough research and study of others' culture before referring to their K-pop. It had caused cultural conflict between Korea and other countries. Okay, let's talk about the fifth negative impact of K-pop. Some media in K-pop misunderstood industry of K-pop. They insist that K-pop was planned by Korean government with full financial support. I'm totally disagree with that. Since the beginning, K-pop was developed by private companies and its own free markets. Also, sometimes Korean government has interrupted K-pop industry because they thought some of the K-pop music challenged their authority and it thought it is not good for educational reasons. Nowadays, Korean governments use K-pop to promote Korea to get more people who will visit Korea in the future. If K-pop has fully financial support by Korean government, K-pop artists wouldn't work with minimum wage or voluntarily at national events. Sixth negative impact of K-pop is related to Korean culture. After K-pop got populations internationally, a few domestic people got strange sense of cultural superiorities. This domestic phenomenon, based on K-pop's marvelous fame these days, could make international people feel uncertain influx of Korean culture as cultural imperialisms. This is why industry of K-pop need more concerned about cultural diversities. Okay, now it is the last negative influence of K-pop. K-pop's growing reputation is strengthening Korean wave. However, it is not only original Korean wave, but also disguised Korean wave. It is already easy to find disguised Korean brands in the world. Goods and brand with disguised Korean wave pretend they are originally from Korea. However, they just illegally copy goods and characters and sell international market. In the end, the original Korean K-pop companies are suffered intellectual properties and copyright infringement due to its counterfeit Korean wave brands. Also, it scams international customers. Let's see the bar chart on the left of the screens. It shows empathy rates of Korean wave negative recognitions. From this graph, we can see that globally, negative recognition of Korean wave and K-pop is getting worse over time. K-pop industry also need to change its overly commercial environment. We, as K-pop customers, also should continue monitor this industry with an objective and critical attitude. So this is all I prepare for today's lectures. Thank you so much for your time and your effort and you on this class. It was my honor to meet you while sharing my knowledge. I hope now you could understand about Korea a little bit more than before you had these lectures. My class, Discover Korea Beyond Media, will finish from now. All you have is final quiz. You will have 25 quiz from lecture week 4th, week 5th, and week 6th. Good luck and thank you again for taking my class. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕.